Hey friends, Hattie from Honeybee Stampers here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and in today's video, I am going to show you how to put together the Perfect Parcels box. So this is a die that Stampin' Up! Came out with and has since retired as of this video recording, but I was inspired to do this video because I have a team member by the name of Karen who was asking about how to actually assemble the box. So this is the die here for the Perfect Parcels, and it did go on sale when it was retiring. So maybe some of you who are watching this video actually have this still, and hopefully you do because it's one of my favorite tools. So whenever Stampin' Up! Comes out with dies that create some kind of a 3D item or a box of some sort, I always grab it up and I keep it. I rarely ever sell it because I love them. I love being able to create boxes over and over again, as many boxes as your heart desires, using the one set of dies. So this was the way the dies looked when they were available. I apologize for those of you who see this and also fall in love with it. You can do the decoration that I'm going to show you at the end of this video with other boxes. So anyways, this is how the die set looks, and you're going to use this big die right here to create this box. So this was a box that I created. Also, some of these items are retired, but this was part of an event that I did. I gave everybody who attended a demo stamp and share. This little Cersei is the thank you for participating. So if you are a demonstrator who's watching and you're interested in participating in a really fun training that includes business training and creativity, definitely reach out to me because we'll be doing another one in April. Okay, so let's talk about this box. You're going to need this to create the box, and you're actually going to need to die cut 2 of these. And I went ahead and die cut 2 already ahead of time. So they look like this, okay? If you wanted to create multiples of this box, just so you have a heads up, if you had an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock like this, you can actually get 3 of these dies out of here. So that would be a box and a half. If you had a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, then you can actually get 6 of these die cuts out of there, which would equal 3 boxes. So what I do with the 8.5 by 11, which is the more common size that I work with, is I cut it down to 6 inches, and I can get 2 boxes. So I run this through the die cutting machine on this side, and I can get 2 boxes, right, like that, and then, or 2 dies cut out, and then 1 more die on the bottom. So let's see here. I actually started to do it in this evening evergreen, and then I changed my mind. So this is what it would look like. So this would be an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and you would cut it at 6, and then you would die cut this. It's very tight fit. And then you would die cut a second one, and then you actually have some space in this one to do another. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So I chose to do very vanilla instead of the evening evergreen. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this as an opportunity also to show you how you can use some new product. So again, this is a retired product. This was a punch, and this was really fun. I used some embossing there. I'm going to set that to the side. But today we're going to use some new product to create this or decorate this box. So let's start with putting the box together. What I'm going to have you do is fold on all of the score lines. So when you when you die cut it, it's going to have these little score lines already made up for you. So you got to go through and fold them all. And what I do is I just start to bend it, and then the score line will make itself visible in a sense. Okay, there's one across here. There we go. And then you even have these right here that are going to go score down as well. Okay, and then this little one right here you'll fold it back. Okay, let's do that with this one too. So we'll fold on all the score lines. Just like that. And this score line is just so faint, but if I just start to press it, it will give. There we go. Okay, and then we've got this little flap that we're going to fold back. And then we've got these two that are going to fold down, I believe. Okay, yep. All right, now that you've done that, you're going to need a strong adhesive, and you could use liquid glue if you want. You will have to wait for that to dry. I like to use tear and tape. Tear and tape is just a little bit of a stronger adhesive for putting together boxes and such, and I just enjoy using it. It's very easy to use. So you just place it over these little tabs here, and then I place my finger there and tear it. And I do the same here, just lining it up right at that score line and tearing it. I'm going to do the same on this side. And then on this tab, we're going to add some more adhesive in just a minute, but let's go ahead and start to put the box together. So what you're going to do is have the boxes facing the same way, and I'm going to take my scissors, or you can take your pick tool and peel off the backing here of, see if I can get this to lift. Okay. Usually this is very easy to work with. This always happens when you're shooting videos. Okay, and then do the same on this side. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna take and line these up so that you're right against that score line this way, the vertical one, as well as lining up these horizontal score lines. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the backing on this side as well. Oopsie. It's wanting to give me trouble today. Okay, there we go. Now what I do is I fold that over. That's the sticky, tacky tabs right there. And then you just fold this over to meet it. And if you do it just right, it should line right up where it lines up along the vertical side and as well as the horizontal. Okay, and so now you've got the start of your box. This is the bottom of the box here, so I'm going to show you how to put that together, and then this is the top of the box. So with the bottom of the box, you're going to want to add some adhesive. Again, you can use liquid glue here. I'm going to use tear and tape. Hopefully it won't give me a hard time. And I'm just going to add some adhesive here. You can do this before you get to this part. I just wanted to make sure I put it on the right side of the tab, on the correct side of the tab. Okay, I just added a little tear and tape there and a piece right there, and I'll show you. Okay, so if you're looking at the bottom of the box here, these little triangles, if you flip it up there, you're going to see the tear and tape there, and you're going to see the tear and tape there, because ultimately you want, oops, there's one score line I forgot to burnish. Ultimately you want this flap here to adhere there to the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. Use my fingernails and see if I can't get more traction there. Same on this side. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to try to line this up fairly close there to the edge here, and you want to make sure that the box, this side of the box, isn't hanging over. Okay, so there's that, and then you can stick your finger down in there and press it together to get it to stick. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, like that. I'm going to press on the inside and make sure that sticks. There we go. Now what you want to do is press the box flaps in, and you want this to follow underneath here, this flap, and you want this flap to go underneath this flap. Okay, so you're going to kind of push and twist a little bit, and you can kind of hear it pop. Hopefully you heard that pop. And now that's the bottom of the box. So you saw that this flap went underneath, and then this flap went underneath there. Okay, and so when you push or you fill this with treats, then nothing will fall out, right? It's nice and secure there. Okay, so that's the bottom of the box. And then for the top, I just take and I bend them down like this, and you're gonna create what looks like a milk spout, a milk carton spout, like that. Okay, you see that there? And there's gonna be these little tabs right here that have been die cut for you already. And that's where you are going to tuck the ends in, and that will seal the box for you. Just like that. Just be gentle that you don't tear it. There. So now the box is sealed and ready to be decorated. Something to note is that you can put candy in here. You can put anything you want in here, but a gift card actually fits perfectly in there. So if you have a Starbucks gift card, or, you know, a Bath and Body Works, or any kind of gift card, they would fit perfectly in there. Okay, so this is the project that I designed using new product or current product that you can purchase right now or even earn for free, because we're in January of 2022, which means we're at the start of Sale-A-Bration, and this paper right here is free Sale-A-Bration paper. It's beautiful. So if you spend $50, then you would get to choose this pack of paper for free. So let's put this together. I used basic white here to coordinate with that, but I chose a different pattern of the paper that's part of that stack of paper. Let me actually show you some of the other patterns here. So this paper is gorgeous. This is the paper that I used. And you've got this pattern and this one. Let's see what the other side of this one looks like. There we go. Okay, so that's what the paper looks like. I'm going to choose a different pattern, and you can see here that with this particular one, I actually did my strip of cardstock around this way, whereas with this one, I brought it around this way. So there's so many different ways that you can decorate this. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to take this, and what I want to do is add tear and tape again, right to the edge. And I'm going to wrap this around the box. The measurements for this DSP for this particular box is 8 inches by 3.5, or no, 3.25. 8 inches by 3.25 inches. Okay, and that seemed to work perfectly. So I'm going to put the top of the box here, and I'm going to bring the bottom of the flap. And I don't want to make my creases too hard. I want them to look kind of like, you know how you see little decorative soaps decorated. I just think that's so cute. So also, you don't want the adhesive to, let me move it down a little bit. You don't want the adhesive to stick to the box itself, because you want them to be able to slide the DSP off of the box to be able to access your little Cersei that you have inside, or your little gift. Okay, so I've pushed that together, and you can see that, you know, I haven't really made the edges too tight, so you can actually slide the DSP right off to get your little goodie out of there. Okay, it's so cute. Now for this box, I used our petal pink ribbon. So this is ribbon that's in the current annual catalog. I'll actually link some codes to the description box to show you. If you wanted to purchase this, you can click on it and purchase it from my store. This is the petal pink organdy striped ribbon, and this is actually current, so you could actually purchase that if you wanted to. Okay, and then we've got these cute little dots here. These dots actually in the catalog, these are in the new spring mini catalog. This actually says it's Calypso Coral and that this is very vanilla, but I find that that's so light, it worked perfectly with the petal pink. So I just put those on the ends there. All right, and the stamp set that I'm using to decorate this is Daffodil Daydream. So this is the stamp set, and it's actually a bundle. Here are the dies, and these dies create these really pretty, almost 3D daffodils that you can put together. I'll definitely do this in another video, but I just want to use the stamp set because this stamp set and this bundle coordinates with this paper. So if you were to get this, I think you would get the paper for free. Let me just look it up really quick. Here's the mini catalog. If you don't have a catalog, let me know. I'll be happy to send you a complimentary catalog if you don't have a demonstrator of your own. But let me pull this up really quick and see the price on this, on those daffodils. Okay, here it is right here. Nope, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Here they are. Okay, so in this catalog, it's on page 37. And it's actually, it's $54.75, and that gives you the stamp set and the dies, and that's a bundle, so you save 10%. And then you can actually choose something for free out of the Sale-A-Bration catalog, and I would choose this if it was me because that coordinates with it. Okay, so I grabbed and die cut this. This was a die that was part of the parcels. Of course, you can use, if you don't have this parcels stamp set, or I mean dies, you can actually use something else that looks similar. And I'm just going to stamp. For the first box, I did Happy Mother's Day. For this one, I'm going to do Easter blessings. I know Easter is quite a ways away, but this is just so pretty, I wanted to use it. So I'm just going to ink this up in Evening Evergreen. There we go. And then let me grab some scrap paper because I wanted to add, well, I guess I don't need to. I thought I was going to, but I changed my mind. So on this one, I did a basic white die cut. So this is another die from the Perfect Parcels, if you're wondering. And it just seemed like it had too much white. And so what I did was I took the daffodil from that stamp set and I inked it up in petal pink, and I stamped right over that so that you have that in the background. I absolutely love the way that effect looks. And I was going to do something similar, but I feel like this doesn't need it. This has some stitching on the edge and it's not a whole lot of white space, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Now I'm bringing in some ribbon that you can get out of the current annual catalog as well. It's called Evening Evergreen. Oops, sorry. It's called Evening Evergreen, and it's the chevron weave ribbon. So what I'm going to do is wrap this around here. I think I'll make a bow. I wasn't quite sure. I was kind of thinking maybe I would just do a little knot, but let's start with a bow and see how that looks. Okay. Okay, that's cute. We can go with that. So I just put a bow right across the top, and then I'm going to kind of fix the edges here, the ends of the ribbon. This ribbon does fray quite a bit. There we go. How cute is that? And you can either place your Easter blessings right there, or you can put it on the side. I think I'm going to put it on the side just to be different. I'm going to take some dimensionals and stick them here. If you wanted to get really fancy, you could actually die cut out one of the daffodils from the bundle that I just showed you. Okay, that's so cute. Fill that with some Cadbury chocolate. Those little chocolate mini eggs are my favorite. Well, one of my favorite candies. Just fill that, put it in a bag and stick it in there, and how cute would that be? So now we've got a couple projects that I've created using some current product, mixing it with some old, and here was that original project that I made. So hopefully that made sense, and that sparked some creativity for you. If you're interested in purchasing any of the products that are current and available on my online store, just go ahead and check out the details in the comment section. All right, have a great day, you guys. Bye-bye.